Hello, everybody. This is Food Talk TV, and today we're doing Getting Messy with Jessie. Today, the viral foods that we're going to be trying today is the tuna cotto sandwich, which is kind of like a crispy ciabatta sandwich. It's a spicy one too, so some jalapenos will be present. We're also going to be doing a pineapple upside down puff pastry and some shaved strawberry sorbet. I would say sorbet. But that's what we're doing today on TikTok Live. Let me just turn myself around here so I can say hello. Hi, Taylor.
Hi.
How are you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing. Okay. Am I experiencing technical difficulties? Is everyone? Yeah, the sound is bad. Okay. Not just
Okay.
me. Is my sound okay, Kat?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, we can hear you now. Is this your phone case?
No, it's not. I don't know what's going on. I'm just not allowed to have technology, okay?
Right. Well, oftentimes when I find microphones or headphones or something like that, then it interferes with my ability to hear. I don't know if that's something you're dealing with, but too old for technology herd.
Janet, we're making the spicy tuna cotto sandwich. We are doing a pineapple upside down puff pastry, and we are doing some shaved strawberry sorbet. So it's kind of like a hack on a strawberry sorbet, where all you need is strawberries and sweetened condensed milk. So yeah, let's get into it, okay?
I am loving the 2 ingredient recipes. Okay. Like, I think we need to make that our next 10-second cooking school.
Oh, 100%. I totally agree with you. It's so much, I mean, in this economy, let's do it.
Right.
In this economy. All right, so right now I'm just going to be prepping my pineapple. So let's do a little different view here today. Maybe. Let's see how we're working with here.
Oh, I
Okay.
feel like I'm skydiving.
Sorry about that. Hopefully you took your Dramamine. Okay. That's not enough pineapple. You guys need to see more than that, huh? Here we go. We're getting tall here.
Oh, yeah. I think, no technical difficulties. We're okay. Okay,
Oh, we
cool.
good? We good? All right. I'm glad you guys can still hear me. I don't know what I did earlier. A good way to pick out your pineapple is if you turn it around and you can smell it. Smells like a pineapple down here. You're good to go. But if you're looking for an especially ripe pineapple, if you pull on these and they pop out, that is when you know that your pineapple either needs to be made today or it's just time to freeze it. So,
As I always say, you pull its hair and smell its butt.
words to live by.
Y'all, if you thought that was funny, please tap. Actually, please tap the screens anyway. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Jessie Say Hey, and we're getting messy with Jessie. She's trying some TikTok trends.
We are.
And she's got a lot of stuff going on today.
Yeah, look at how beautiful that is.
Oh, that is a beautiful golden pineapple. Ooh, I
Yeah,
can smell it from here.
I love pineapples. My poor son, he asks every day when we have a pineapple on the counter, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet?
Aw.
Say, we're still waiting, dude. Just a little bit longer. Just a wee bit. All right. Yes, good pineapple. And it's just the way that it smells is so perfect. Okay, I'm just turning this pineapple upside down. I'm
Do
trying
you
to get.
save your discards of the pineapple for anything?
I don't, but I've read that you can pickle them and candy them.
And then there's also tepache.
What's that?
Tepache, it's a Mexican-based, it's like a lightly fermented drink. So you just
Ooh.
basically put unchlorinated water over everything, let it kind of ferment, and boom. It's a slightly alcoholic drink. It's not made to be alcoholic. You know what I mean? It's kind of like kombucha, but
Okay.
it's pineapple. But you can absolutely freeze your discards and deal with it later.
I did not know that. I'm gonna put these in
Just
a bowl.
saying, if you throw it in a freezer bag in your freezer, you can like learn the tepache or even making vinegar or any stuff like that.
I'm gonna save them just in case I decide
As
I
we're
want
talking about in this economy, I just love scrappy cooking.
to. Scrappy cooking. Oh my God, I love that. Scrappy cooking. That's such a cute way to say it.
Good way
Adding.
of saying we broke.
I am totally adding that to my vocabulary. All right. So I'm just cutting up my pineapple, still my pineapple. And I'm going to cut this fibrous rind out. I actually like to eat it, but only raw. I would never cook this. I am
Yeah, in some applications it works.
yeah.
Sorry, that was my timer.
All right. Looking good. It's smelling good. It's looking good. And like I said earlier, I've never made any of these recipes. These are all viral recipes. But there is a difference with what I'm making here. I'm not doing the traditional upside down pastry puff. I am turning it into a pineapple upside down pastry puff because that is one of my favorite cakes.
Mine too, and that's one of my favorite mocktails to make.
What?
Whenever I'm yeah,
Tell me more
like it's
about this.
essentially just some sort of sweetener, pineapple juice, maybe some Sprite, but then like a grenadine at the bottom. That's all you need.
Sounds delightful.
I love just pineapple upside down.
Oh yes. There's something about caramelized sugar and pineapple. So good. Okay, we're just gonna pop this little girl out of the way here. Excuse me, cutie. And we're gonna get our puff pastry ready. Maybe. There it is. Here we
So
go.
where will I find the puff pastry?
So you can find the puff pastry. It depends on the supermarket that you're going to. But if you're in the United States, you're going to want to go where you get your canned biscuits. And in big box stores, you might find them in the freezer. Like if you go to a Chef Supply store, they would be in the freezer. But yeah.
I don't know why people make this from scratch.
I don't either. That and phyllo, no thank you. I mean,
Oh yeah,
honestly,
no, Philo.
croissants too. Who has the time?
Right, and it's like, is it worth the effort with those things?
Right? I don't honestly, no, not for me. Not for me.
Oh,
Let's get
great
this.
thing to just own is puff pastry just to whip it out.
Yeah. What are you doing over here, avocado? Okay, I'm just gonna cut this in strips, I think. So we have little pineapple strips for our, who doesn't like to just shove things in their mouth in a long hole? Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Let us know what state you're in because Jessie and I are across the country from each other. She's in Washington. I'm in Tennessee. We're curious at where you're at.
Yeah.
And welcome to Food Talk TV. We go live every single day. This is Jessie Say Hey. And please be sure to follow us for more lives because we're on every day.
We are. We have somebody on Food Talk Live every single day at different times of the day just to work with you guys. That's the only reason. We want to be available all the time for you.
Multiple times a day, even.
Yes.
Oh, we got California from Beverly. Jamie's in Virginia.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love
Oliver's
California.
in Southern Indiana. We got Janny in New York State. Kaz in Texas. Man, we're all over.
I mean, we are all over the place usually.
We're everywhere.
Just in our brains. So I'm just doing some honey right here. And since it's pineapple upside down, I'm also going to be doing brown sugar on top of this. And just to balance out that extra sweetness, I'm going to be doing a little bit of salt as well because I don't want to go overboard.
Honestly, I salt everything.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Right.
I actually have not bought any Maldon salt since I've moved back to Washington, and that is one of the things that I miss the most. Just having a big chunk of flaky salt on my meals.
Yes. Even my desserts are salted.
Yeah, I mean, salted caramel, salted, anything salted chocolate is my jam. All right, here we go. I like salt on what, I'm a huge tahini fan, so that'll tell you that.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Oh, I just love the smell of brown sugar. Holy cow. It just
You say tahini because I know that tahini would be good here too, though I know that's not what we're going for today.
True. Okay. Oh, now I'm thinking about
what are we
mangonadas.
thinking? Will you recap us?
Yeah, right now we're making pineapple upside down puff pastry. It is in honor of the viral upside down puff pastry that's going around right now. This is a little bit of salt. That is a savory dish made with, a sweet and savory dish made with brie. But we're doing pineapple upside down because why not? Because why not? Here we go.
Yeah, I've seen this with salmon tarts, and then I've also seen the asparagus. Ashton did a really great video on that. Hers were really pretty.
Oh, man.
But yeah, you're right. I definitely see this as a savory item and not a sweet.
Yeah.
Ooh, Red X Amy says that they brought the ingredients to do it with apples tomorrow.
Ooh, yum.
See, other people have the right idea to make this a sweet dish. Yes.
Yes. Oh, you know what? I forgot to preheat the oven. Let's do that now.
Oh, we also have Heidi from Kentucky and Paige in Louisiana. We really are all over.
I'm so happy you guys came to hang out with me today.
Oh, thank you, Amy, for the gifts. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Oh, thank you, Cass. Oh, thank you, October. Y'all are so great. Thank you so much. The gifts really help us be able to continue to do this content every day. Yes. Thank you again, Amy. Welcome, everybody. This is Getting Messy with Jessie. She does some viral trends to see whether or not they fit. Right now, she's doing the puff pastry tarts, which we always see as savory, but she's doing pineapple upside down.
Yep, we're doing pineapple upside down puff pastry today.
So you got some honey, you got some brown sugar, you got pineapple, salt.
And now we're just putting a little bit of butter on here. This is actually a really thin piece, so don't get overwhelmed with what you're seeing on this.
Oh, thank you, October.
Thank you, Christine. We love you. Okay. Da-da-da. And I'm just gonna do 4 right now, because I don't know. We've never done this before. It might be good. It might be bad. You guys are here to help me witness a disaster, possibly.
That's one thing I love about your shows is because, you do take your actual talent for cooking, but you apply it to someone else's recipes. So basically, if it doesn't work, it's their fault.
Yeah, I get to blame them. I never do anything.
I'm just kidding.
I can only
trying out the viral trends,
Yeah. And honestly, I've never been able to just try out the trends because when I'm cooking for my kids, And now, now I get to try whatever I want to try.
Right. Or a lot of times for me, I don't like directly copying people. You know what I mean? So typically when I cook something new, I take 10 recipes. So I never do viral trends like this. So this is so fascinating for me to watch.
Yeah, exactly. I've always only ever done my own recipes. So now I get to finally try it somebody else's out. And I am not wasting my puff pastry. So I'm just going to roll it. Just going to roll it back up over here. Just like this. Use the same parchment paper that you had before. And I'm just going to put it right back in here and put her in the refrigerator.
Woo. Brilliant. That is brilliant. Yeah. Red X Amy says that they usually switch up the recipes to make them their own. And yes, exactly. You don't want to directly copy.
Exactly. All right. I'm just going to put a little chip clip on here. And if you follow Food Talk TV on TikTok, you'll know exactly how we made this chip clip in our 10-second cooking school. Okay.
Oh, are these going to be available on the website? These recipes?
Oh, you know what? A review of the recipe and a link to the original video will be put up. And since this is a recipe that did not exist, that we kind of made our own, the written pineapple upside down pastry will be available on
foodtalktv.com.
Yes. And we also utilize Pinterest and YouTube. So if you guys want to see us on there, let's do it. Okay. We're just going to put this little guy over here.
Yes.
While our oven preheats, because I did a no-no and I didn't preheat the oven. That's okay, right?
I mean, to be fair, it's getting warmer. You don't want to sit around with the oven on all day.
This is true. I actually hooked up my AC finally because the last 2 Food Talk lives that I did, I was so warm. It was crazy.
Well, I'm proud of you for getting AC. That's awesome.
We've had it. We just haven't set it up.
I mean, I'm in Tennessee. I would die.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's only like 80 today, but it feels so much hotter. So much hotter.
Right.
Okay. We're just going to dice a red onion here for our tunacado, which it is a restaurant viral food that's going around right now, but everyone is recreating it. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what tunacado is. Is it like a tornado, but it's tuna?
No, the cado comes from the avocado that's in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought this was like violent tuna.
I mean, it could be. We'll see. Things could get violent. No, but the inside
Silver
of
Dragonfly says that's every live for me.
The inside of this is actually going to be a tuna mousse, which is something new to me. I've never had a tuna mousse, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I feel like this is one of those things that's served at restaurants where they have like extravagant dishes, but the only description is like 5 ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, one of those types of restaurants.
Yes, I do. 100%.
Right. We're not going to give you any more explanation. You just got to go with it.
Yeah, you just got to trust us, trust the process. I will say I'm not a huge fan of recipes that have like foam or freeze-dried aspects. I want my food to be like dense and homey,
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not very many of us that want to get in the gastronomy of this.
Yeah, no molecular gastronomy for me. I just want my food. All right, here we go. We got our avocado now, which is our cotto part of this. If I can get, ooh, you know what? You live here now. I'm just gonna cut around.
I mean, that sticker is more edible than the skin is.
Oh, you know what? You onto something.
Yeah, no, I was reading about how I believe it was the CDC or the FDA had to issue a warning because the viral TikTok thing where they said to store your avocados in water in the fridge. And they had to issue a statement saying, hey, that's actually not a thing because there could be bacteria on the outside. And if you put it in water, it gets into the avocado. So it's crazy that a TikTok got viral enough for the CDC to issue a warning.
That's so crazy because I did store my avocados in water, but then I forgot about them in the back of my refrigerator, and I never ended up eating them because I just didn't trust it anymore. So, I mean, I might have saved my own life being an airhead. Good for me, surviving. All right, so I'm not gonna cut these up yet. I don't want the air to turn them brown. but I am going to salt my tomatoes and my onions. Here we go.
Tomatoes, onions, avocados, those are always something that get automatic salt for me.
Yes, I could eat a tomato like an apple if it has salt on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank y'all so much for the likes. If y'all are just sitting there not sure what to do with your hands, just hit the tap, 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 tap the veggies. You know, try and tap the tomato slice you want. That's always fun. Try and count how many onions there are. That's also a fun game.
Yeah. We are.
Because not only are we fun in games here, but Jessie say, hey, it's recreating some viral trends and we're seeing whether or not they work.
We're feeding snacks too. Don't worry about me.
And we're feeding snacks. Snacks on snacks on snacks.
Yep, he can't wait for the other snacks that we're literally preparing right now, but that's okay. I'm going to go run and get my tuna. Taylor, why don't you tell us about yourself and your show?
Okay, perfect. Hi, I am one of the newer creators on Food Talk TV. If you go over to my page, you might notice I talk a lot about mustard, and you might see my name says Mustard Queen. It's because I talk a lot about mustard. I know a lot about the science and history and everything about that, but I have other tricks up my sleeve. So my show is just focusing on other ingredients, but I also call my show Cutting the Mustard because there will be mustard because I love mustard too much to exclude it. So yes, give me a follow if that's the kind of content you like, because I do have, I talk about the mustard science, the mustard history, and I have a mustard garden. But also follow Jessie Say Hey. She's a very talented cook, and she's on Thursday nights.
Thanks.
5 Pacific. For me, it's 7 Central.
I know, I'm so late for the
Oh, I come on Thursdays at 7 Central. So she's the Tuesday, I'm the Thursday.
And if you think she's full of knowledge on this channel, you should see her on her own channel. Oh my gosh.
I get into a lot of wormholes there. Oh, thank y'all so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. That really helps us going. Thank you.
Woohoo,
mustard seed.
You.
Are you asking me about what types of mustard seed, or because I'm sitting next to 2 different varietals?
I love a good mustard seed if I want to wake myself up real fast in the morning. Just chomp on it.
That's what the ancient Romans used to do. That's how mustard seed was originally enjoyed.
Are you kidding me?
Not at all. Like, that's what the ancient Romans did. Like, they brought the mustard seeds over with the grape seeds to plant. They used the mustard seeds as a cover crop for the grapes. And with the food, because, I mean, they weren't the best of cooks, you know? So they would just chew on mustard seeds to bring about the flavor. And then it's also an appetite stimulant. So.
I did not know that.
Oh, of course I make a mustard spread out of mustard seed. Oh, is this the mousse part?
Yes.
Are we getting to the moussey part?
We're getting to the moussey part, you guys. Which basically.
So this is your like immersion blender extension. So it's like essentially a food processor, right?
Yes, it's a tiny little food processor, and these are salted onions right now. So that's what we're putting in there. I'm also going to be throwing some pickled jalapenos in there because this is a spicy tuna. I personally, when I make my tuna sandwiches for myself, I always throw capers in, but since this is someone else's recipe, we're doing pickled jalapenos instead of capers.
Okay. I would have liked capers. And someone's asking tuna mousse, question mark. And so, yes, we are making a tuna mousse. This is part of the tuna cotto viral sandwich. So this is someone else's recipe that calls for tuna mousse. So.
Yeah. And I wouldn't call this a true mousse. This is just tuna with some air in it.
The difference between what you're using and regular tuna, is the question about the canned tuna versus filet tuna, or how this becomes a mousse? Because this becomes a mousse by her using the food processor.
Yep, it is just regular run-of-the-mill bumblebee albacore white tuna. I have my tuna in water. I don't know why. I had an almond mom and that's how she did things. but I'm sure in oil it
But
would
sorry,
just look.
golfer, if I didn't understand your question.
Okay, so we're gonna blend this bad boy up over here. We're gonna add air to our tuna fish.
Oh,
Which might
yeah,
be good.
it's not moose as in Moose, it's Mousse.
Oh yeah, we're not putting this
This
in
is
our
the
hair.
fluffy thing, like the fluffy food item, like chocolate mousse. We're not talking about meese. Is that the plural of mousse?
Oh yeah, we're not gonna
We're
make.
not meesing here.
We're not having like a literal moose for dinner. I'm sure that's a thing.
I mean,
I'm sure that people do eat actual moose. I'm terrified of moose.
your cast irons are always just so pretty and clean.
Oh, thank you. I only cook on cast iron and stainless steel, so I've always got to keep them ready to go, you know? We're just warming this pan up because the tuna cotto that we're making is on a kind of like a panini style ciabatta, but it's pressed really thin. So we're going to be using some gravity and good old force to get it really thin on these cast iron skillets. All right, earmuffs, it's going to get loud, guys. Let's actually bring you down here so you can see.
And here.
Woo! Oopsie. Okay. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
As I'm reading the Mises. The Mies.
I'm going to let this go for quite a while because I want this to be really airy.
Okay, so in there you have the tuna, you have the onion,
We have tuna, red onion, jalapenos, mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. Okay, let's take a look and see what she looks like right now. Yeah, this looks like lunchroom special. You know, when you forget to pay your lunch bill, they give you a sandwich with this stuff in it.
right.
That's what it looks like. Here we go again, one more time.
Y'all, thank you so much for liking us. We really appreciate it. It helps us keep going.
Yes.
So if you're doing nothing with your hands and want to tap the screen, please do. And be sure you're following us on Food Talk. We go live every single day, oftentimes multiple times a day. Oh, thank you, October.
Christine, thank you. Okay, right now we're going to be putting our ciabatta bread. If I can get this to stay where she is. There we go. Let me grab my ciabatta over here. And just like last week's recipe on my show, we're using pesto, but we're not mixing mayonnaise or aioli or anything like that with the pesto because there is enough in our tuna fish. There we go. We just squeeze the bad boy apart. I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil on here. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Right over my pan. Okay.
You know, I think it was Ashton that said, like in my live, because I was putting oil on some of my bread, she was informing me that I could just put some in a spray bottle to spray on there. And I need to do that before my next live. Like,
Yeah,
that's just such a good idea.
I have one. I just haven't cleaned it in a while, so I had really old olive oil in there, and I don't trust myself.
Bernie says if you put a raw egg in it, you can souffle. I don't know enough about souffle to confirm or deny that.
All right, so right now we're just using pressure to get this ciabatta as flat as we can. This is surprisingly like the flattest bread I've ever seen. It looks like 2 crackers on a sandwich. So
we're hoping that your method gets the bread like that.
yes, that is what I'm trying for. Let's take
And Kat says that he wishes his pans looked like yours.
You know, I went through so much Teflon that I had to learn to do a good
Oh, yeah.
cast iron season.
I mean,
Because
there's a reason why these dishes last generations.
this is so very true. I actually got these from my mother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and when we were talking about the spray bottles earlier, Kaz did want to remind us that olive oil goes rancid. So,
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I didn't know how old that olive oil was, so I had to I had to toss it.
fair enough.
Yep.
Fair enough.
And I actually used to use olive oil for my cast irons before I learned that you should never do that. Because it does not have a high enough smoke point.
Oh,
Yeah, and that was new news to me.
that is news to me.
Yeah. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna flip you guys around. I apologize for the seasick. Close your eyes for just a second here. We're gonna be shaving some strawberries.
What, do you have like a Gillette or something over there? Or?
The best a man can do. No, no. We are actually going to be running these through the small side of a cheese grater. It calls for a microplane, but I don't have one of those. So these are frozen, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Strawberries.
They don't look frozen.
I know, right? They look like perfect little guys.
These are not freezer burnt.
They've been in the freezer for 24 hours, but they don't need to be in the freezer for that long. They really don't. All right.
So am I going to plant seeds or is Jessie going to plant seeds? I don't know which.
I mean,
Someone's asking if we're planting seeds, and I'm like, are we planting the strawberries or are we talking about my mustard garden?
I mean, we could plant these seeds if we want, but I'd rather eat them, so I'm gonna go with that option. Here we go. Right over here, we have, it's not as small as a microplane, so if you have a microplane, do that, baby. Ooh, that probably does not sound great on your ear holes.
It's as harsh on our ears as it is the strawberries. Yes, it is. Y'all, thank you so much for liking the live. It really does help us out. Thank you. And be sure you're following us. We go live every single day. Also find us on Pinterest where we're posting recipes, and also our Instagram and YouTube. Where aren't we? We're everywhere.
I was hoping you could see what I was doing through this little hole here, but
oh yeah,
that didn't work very well. That's all right.
That's a nice cheese grater, though.
I bought this cheese grater when I moved back to Washington. While I was waiting for my household goods to be delivered, I didn't have a cheese grater. And in an Italian home, that is no bueno. So I got this, and I just never stopped using it because it's adorable.
Yeah, and it looks like it stores really well, too.
Yeah, there's actually an attachment that goes on the bottom that you can catch your cheese in, which is really cute.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But all my graters are always like at a weird angle where it makes no sense to store them. But Kaz wants to remind us that, yes, this live will be on YouTube tomorrow. Is this live going to be on Facebook?
Are we doing a Facebook replay? I hope so, but I'm not sure. That is a question for our beautiful Andrea.
Yes, on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's okay. Kaz knows.
See, Kaz knows everything.
Jessie and I are kind of in the same boat with Food Talk, where we just assume that Kaz knows everything.
Yeah.
Kaz, Andrea, and Ashton and Christine are our figure it outs for us.
Kaz doesn't sleep. He's just always working. This man...
Okay, could you do a quick recap of what's going on? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's totally fine. We're shaving strawberries. We're making like a shaved ice situation. You see that? Ooh, that's cold. And we're making, it's like kind of a hack for a sorbet. And right now I have my ciabatta bread in the panini, and I have my puff pastries in the oven. And they're looking really good. Okay. So we're just gonna scoop this into a cup right over here. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Can you see that? The lighting is not really good over here in the corner, but it's so pretty. Okay. And what you're supposed to do with this is you're supposed to add sweetened condensed milk to it to kind of make it like a creamy sorbet. So that's what we're doing. Let me go get, here, I'm gonna turn off my burner here so we don't burn anything. And then we're gonna, welcome to my home again. There's Fred over there sleeping.
It's a nice window.
It is. I like to spy on my neighbors. And you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. There we go. I turned myself around finally. We're gonna try this sorbet.
Thank you, Kimberly. We appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
And I love Kaz's lives as well.
This is sweetened condensed milk.
Whoa, is that in a tube?
It is. The Lechera has a tube now, which is so great because I always waste my sweetened condensed milk if I don't have it like that. Look at that.
That's a game changer. Ooh.
That is
and
so
just like
beautiful.
that, sorbet.
Sorbet, let's try it. Is it worth your time? Let's try. I know I look like a crazy witch of the woods right now. I'm sorry about that. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I have half of a jar of sweetened condensed milk in my fridge. I'm trying that.
Oh my god.
But I'm going to be a little pedantic here. Isn't sorbet just when it's not dairy, but sherbet does have dairy?
This is straight up strawberry ice cream. It's not
okay,
a sorbet.
Okay.
Whoever said
okay,
sorbet was lying to us. And I'm not
right.
mad that they lied because
right. I mean, I don't care.
All right, let's turn you back around so we can finish our turkey cotto sandwich. Boop. Say hi to Fred again, everybody. Hi, Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Hi, dinosaur. Okay. Here we go. Pineapple scraps over here. This is getting messy with Jessie, so the kitchen is a wreck.
We wouldn't have it any other way, but also your kitchen is probably cleaner than the audience's, so you're making us feel bad, okay?
I have to have a relatively clean kitchen just because I have a fun noggin. Here we go. This is so warm. Okay, our ciabatta bread has been pressed. Here we go. Let's see if we can get it apart. See, I was telling you, it gets so thin, so beautiful. I'm gonna need a knife here.
And it was cut in half before you did that, right?
It was, but now it is not.
Okay.
Okay. We're just gonna.
Mama Bear says that hers is spotless, and you want to do mine next?
Okay.
No, I love a clean kitchen, but I'm also in it like 6 hours a day, so.
Yeah, mine is only clean because, like I said, I've got a crazy noggin. But when I work in a professional setting, it's always a mess. You would not eat at restaurants if you saw what was going on behind the scenes half the time.
You know, I almost feel the opposite with myself. Like when I'm in a professional setting, I'm just way over the top. And then at home, it's just like, I give up.
Not me. I just throw things at the dishwasher, walk away, hope for the best, you know?
Oh, yeah. And in a restaurant, if you throw things at a dishwasher, you'll get thrown, like stuff will get thrown back at you.
Yep. Very true. Probably get a call from HR. Good.
All right. And now we got the tuna Kato sandwich. There's tuna mousse.
Tuna mousse, which looks a little bit like baby puke. So.
Yeah, I have quotation puppets on mousse.
Okay, here we go. Getting our avocado ready. I think I'm gonna salt and pepper this avocado too. I had it turned around this whole time because I did not want it to turn brown as we were waiting.
So this is getting messy with Jessie. She likes trying out viral trends to see whether or not they're worth it. This is the viral tuna Kato sandwich that has a tuna mousse that she made with tuna, mayonnaise, pickled jalapenos, salted onions. Did you put tomato in there as well?
Nope, just the tuna, onions, salt, pepper, mayonnaise, and jalapenos. And we have just a jar of pesto sauce here that we're just going to, this bread is nice and warm and toasty. So delightful. I just love a pesto sandwich. Okay, now we're gonna do some salt and pepper on here.
John and Michelle say thank you for taking one for the team.
Ooh,
Little
okay,
tagline of your show, getting messy with Jessie, taking one for the team.
For the team. I love that. And it's true. We did like boiled bacon one week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I think you smashed a croissant and hurt the feelings of every French person out there.
Yeah, I know. France is now at war with me.
Just you.
Just me. And maybe whoever made the original trend, right?
Right.
Okay. Lots of black pepper. Actually,
thank you, Steph, for the gifts. Thank you. And thank you so much for the likes. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Sure do. That was a peppercorn medley. I said it was black pepper, but I kind of lied to you on that one. Okay. Oh, I'm so scared that this is just going to go everywhere. Whew. Oh. Can we do it? No, we can't. No, okay. Oh, it's going everywhere already. We're just going to wrap this in parchment real fast.
Oh, what's up with the pineapple? It's her other thing that she's doing because she's doing the viral puff pastry tart, where typically we see it with asparagus or tuna or something savory, and she's kind of doing her own twist on it with a pineapple upside down version. So
yes, those are
we will get back to that after we see what's up with the tuna and the multiple mousse.
Yes.
The mousse.
Our pineapple upside down babies are currently cooling on my counter, so we will see those in just a moment. I'm kind of scared because I think we went a little too big with our pineapple. I need a bread knife for this.
Too big with the pineapple?
Ooh, that's a big knife. Yeah, I think I cut my pineapple a little too thick. You know? Oh, I'm so glad that I put this in parchment paper because that would have.
That's a really solid tip. If your overstuffed sandwich is going to go everywhere when you cut it, just wrap it in parchment paper and then cut it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Look at that. Very, very pretty. Okay, we're going to turn you around again just so we can try out our
Hi, Fred.
Hi, Fred. I actually have two dogs, but Sandy's an old crotchety lady and she just hides. She just hides. Oh, there's more of my cast irons. You know, they're in the rotation.
Wow.
Like I said, I always cook on cast iron, so I just have them everywhere. Okay, let's do this.
Also, I'm really liking the thing you have over the top of your sink.
Oh yes, it's a must because there's always dirty things in my sink, so I just put my clean dishes over my dirty dishes.
I did not mean to interrupt mid-bite. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Worth it. I got to tell everybody that I have dirty dishes in my sink. Like permanently. You have a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old and tell me you don't have dirty dishes always in your sink. Okay, here we go. Ooh, look at that. Look at my manicure. 1, 2, 3.
How's the tunicado? Tunicado? Tunado.
It is, I don't really taste the jalapeno. There was not enough jalapeno in there. And I put a huge amount.
how do we feel about the tuna mousse?
The tuna mousse, not it. I would not suggest doing the tuna mousse again. If you're gonna make this, just use regular tuna. You're just gonna make a big mess. That's the way I see it. I would not. That's a no on me. I would make all of these ingredients the same way. I would press the ciabatta. I would put the avocado, the tomato, the pesto, the jalapenos. I would do it all again, but I would skip the mousse part. I would skip that.
Right.
An unneeded mess.
So like not even have the food processor out, just all the ingredients you already had just put on there.
Yes. Here are
Okay.
our little pineapple upside down guys. Our brown sugar kind of burned on the ends there, but that's okay. That's okay.
I mean, that's basically what pineapple upside down is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yes, October also says it's a no with the mousse for me. So
yeah, I don't think I would do that.
Would anyone actually try the mousse? I'm curious. Because I think for the most part we're all no, but I don't know, maybe sometimes people like fluffy.
I'm just gonna dip my pesto spoon in this, but it is the consistency of baby food.
Yeah.
There is not enough air in that. It's just messy, which is why we're all here, to make a mess. Okay, let me grab my pineapple upside down little guy over here. Ooh, baby. Ooh. She does not want to come with us. All right.
I also love this beautiful window too.
I love the natural light in this house. It is so... My last house was in Arizona. It had no natural light whatsoever.
Yeah, Sean and Michelle also say hard pass. Bernie thinks you might have used too much mayo, but I don't think that was it. I think it was doomed to start.
Yeah. Tuna mousse is just doomed to start. That's how we're gonna go with it.
Yeah, so while we're paused right here, she's coming back. Okay. That's the pineapple upside down tart.
Pineapple upside down tart. I haven't tried it yet, but we went too big. 100%. We went too big. I'm gonna cut this one in half so I can take a good bite. It's really steamy hot right now, which is good and also terrifying. Look at it though. It did cook the pineapple all the way through. The brown sugar did caramelize under it, but on the sides, it kind of got a little bit too, like that's a hard candy consistency. Not a fan of that, but that's my own doing. Okay, let's give this little guy a try. The pineapple and the butter and the brown sugar is just so good. I'm enjoying this big time.
Yeah, I feel like you just need to like tweak it and then it's perfect.
Yeah, I have more phyllo dough, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make them smaller, and I'm going to do thinner cuts on my pineapple. I'm gonna do thinner cuts on my pineapple and really, really focus that brown sugar under the puff pastry rather than around it, because that was a little messy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Good idea.
Oh yeah, like Ashton, she had like a cookie cutter that looked like a flower that she did over the top of hers. So like round rather than.
I should really try that, because she did a beautiful job. That looked like a really nice hors d'oeuvre to serve at a party for friends that I don't have. This could use some cinnamon, I think. A little bit of cinnamon. But overall,
the viral thing I'm thinking about is the asparagus, right? So we're thinking the oval.
Yeah.
But we're not limited in shapes.
Yeah. So my favorite dish tonight has to have been the strawberry sorbet, where all it was a shaved strawberry, shaved as in a frozen strawberry that we grated on a cheese grater, and then we covered in sweetened condensed milk. That was my favorite guy for the day. And I would definitely do that 100 times over. That was so good, so easy. And my kids are gonna love it. The turkey cotto, I would make it again, just not with the mousse. And this guy, I am going to make it again, just a little bit smaller.
How messy is your kitchen?
Let's take a look here.
After doing all that, that was insane.
Here we go. The walk of shame. Da, 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 da.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That was it.
And that's how messy we got today.
With Jessie.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, and thanks for joining with Taylor, our co-host today. We'll see you guys. I will see you guys next week at Tuesday, and you can see Taylor, the mustard queen, down here on Thursdays.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful
day. Thanks for joining us, everyone.